Hey Zookeepers here, it's one of the Kaiju Hollywood bad boys, Brandon. I'm here to welcome you to our first ever Fredsgiving. That's right, it's the annual Thanksgiving episode about Five Nights at Freddy. I don't know how we're going to make this work next year, but we'll figure it out. Anyways, we had on Brian and Jim from Drink a Beer and Play a Game. Highly recommend you check that out. You can just Google it. They'll take you to their YouTube channel where they have their show or their Instagram. It's all good. We get to talk about this movie. We have a really fun time. You're going to like the episode. As always, if you enjoy the podcast, tell a friend, write a review on whatever Apple, Spotify, platform you found us on. They all have something. It's the digital age. And as always, if you have any questions, you can get at us through our email at podzookypodcast@gmail.com. And we'll read it on air. It could be anything. It could be a manifesto. We'll do it. We'll do a whole family manifesto. I don't give a shit. Anyways, great episode. Let's get to it. Love you.
Render unto Ghidra what is Ghidra's. 10 to 1 he sees you through a beaker and a tweezers. Read the fine print and be like, what's the big deal? Spun wheels of steel since broke wheel, big wheel. Back when it was greasy as curl, now it's easy dread. Had a rhyme on how they used to tease him about his peasy head. Yes, y'all, to the beat. Have a ball.
Apologies to everyone before we start the episode. I mean, I don't know. I think we're all going to have vastly different opinions on it. Usually we wait till the reviews, but...
Like, everybody's been in a bad mood lately, and I don't know, just the fact this movie came out recently, and it's just kind of permeating through osmosis through everybody.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I like that. It's just, all news is bad.
The actual horror stories, the movie itself, like, it causes depression in people.
I think that's the fun thing that we'll probably get into this episode is, like, that common quote that, like, living through hard times or tough political ends make great art and media. I'm like, I don't know if that's fucking true anymore. But I also don't want to sway in case one of you liked it. We should get to introductions. Welcome to Podzooky, America's only video gaming podcast, now on YouTube. There's no other ones that you should ever watch or see. We're not even on YouTube. I should do this.
I was going to say, yeah, that's the first time hearing of this.
Though it's funny, we should set up a YouTube channel and do that because it actually does help a lot, but I'm lazy. Hopefully this will be a good reminder.
I don't want to do it either. So.
Yeah.
I think this should be the one episode we upload on Xvideo.
Oh, this will be on Xvideo, on YouPorn, SimpsonsGangbang.com.
I want to do it, but every episode gets transcribed in like those robot voices that read those Reddit posts on YouTube.
The most fucked up thing is finding out like all those voices are taken from real people.
Yeah.
I'd hate to be that person.
Still, they're Ursula-ing our voices.
Yeah. But anyways, I'm one of the Kaiju Hollywood bad boys, Brandon Kirkman.
I'm another one of your Kaiju Hollywood bad boys, Luke Evan Slip.
I'm your third Hollywood Kaiju bad boy, Martin Felshman. Brandon, introduce our very special guest.
We have both Brian and Jim from Drink a Beer and Play a Game on YouTube. Find it there. You can just type into Google, bring up their website or the YouTube. They're on Instagram. Lovely, I want to say vlogcast. I want to say the worst term possible. That I was made aware of from being a fan of Thought Cops and then checking out after that. And then like, oh, we should do an episode with Jim and Brian. And I was like, okay, we'll set this up. That was 2 years ago. I had a child in between it, but we're finally here after many, many things have happened between each time. Like I was saying in the chat with... I want to say it was Jim who runs the account on Instagram, not to give it away. Am I right on that one?
Instagram, we kind of split, but I'm the social media whore for everything else.
It's very important we get this correct, this detail. But over Instagram, I was like, yeah, I hope this happens. Like, no God will get in the way of this finally, which seemed like a dare itself for that to happen. But yeah. Glad to have you both finally.
Yeah, no, glad to be here. And no worries about the 2 years because I think we've had other guests on our show that has taken longer to finally, like, nail down the time. So it happens, trust me.
We've had a few that have been like in that limbo. Like I remember famously it was with Aaron McDavis, who's a Chicago comedian we love.
Oh yeah, we lost 2 episodes.
We lost 2 episodes, and we had to do a new movie for the second one. And after we lost the second one, we decided just to keep that movie until we did the next one. The first one was the gay anime boy movie.
Yeah, it was Promare.
Promare, yeah. That's
Yeah.
So you just need a reason to watch it again. That's all.
One.
Yeah, actually, I wouldn't mind.
I
that.
mean, I just need a Sunday afternoon, honestly.
Yeah, we liked that movie.
It was really fun.
Mostly positive review.
Yeah.
It wasn't gay enough, I think.
Oh,
yeah, that was our
problem.
complaint.
That's my only commentary.
It was definitely the Dumbledore of anime boy films. Of like everyone was like just putting it over the top when I was hearing about it when it first came out. Like, oh, it's so gay.
It's one of those where like
gay
it's like the movie's not gay enough, but then you go to Reddit and you get why everybody thinks it's so gay.
Yeah.
Which is much like the movie we watched today. Is actually kind of a good segue. We watched Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yep.
And it's kind of nice to finally have some context for that weird porn that I see on Reddit sometimes.
Okay, good. I'm so glad you said that loud because I was wondering which one of us was going to have to bust the cap on that first.
People don't know the 4chan rules anymore.
Yeah.
They don't teach those in school.
Okay, just real quick by voice, you can just chime in. Who's seen any of the weird Five Nights at Freddy porn? I want to say I have for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I know they exist. I've not clicked on them. But...
Oh, I clicked on them. Why wouldn't I?
How did I not know
a
these
little
exist? I have to
curious.
go track these down now.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be an honest gentleman. They're like anthropomorphized, like women versions of them. is
I
what
mean,
I've
there's
seen.
that. I feel like the ones I've seen have also been kind of like vor related, like
Yeah.
There's a lot of
pornography
that.
and
The
vor.
internet really likes Chica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, it's the only woman one, right?
Well, they make Foxy a woman a lot of times in it too. For some
I
reason.
think Foxy is a woman.
No, well, that's debatable, I guess, right?
I guess they're all children.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Oh no.
This just sounds like furry
But they're-
grooming.
But their ghost spirits have been in those robots for more than 18 years. So
Yeah, Brandon, this comes off just as bad. It's like, oh no, she's an 8,000-year-old witch.
yeah. Thanks, Annabelle.
Now, did anybody? You guys are gamers. Did any of you guys play the video games? Know anything about the video games? Because I knew it was a horror game, and I knew that the elevator pitch was evil Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah,
But I didn't really know anything beyond that.
I played the first two. I know about all of them. I didn't know shit about the lore. I can just say, like, I beat the first two. My extent, I was like, oh, it was something I streamed one time drinking way too goddamn much. So I couldn't tell you this, that, or the other thing. And then, yeah, I watched it about 2 weeks ago, and I'm sure we'll get into it. But the lore is obviously I didn't realize
There's so
how
much
much of
of
a
it.
world there was behind it. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I
There's
didn't realize
so
there were
much.
4 video games. I thought it was just like the one.
How do y'all think Matt Pat made his career?
Yeah.
I kept getting trying to look up stuff on the lore, and I kept getting these Markiplier videos. That guy's fucking annoying.
Oh, really?
Markiplier.
Maybe he was just like making like oh, I'm so scared. It's like, shut up,
yeah.
jackass.
Yeah, you're about 25 years too old for his target audience, I think.
I think just any like Twitch streamer sort of thing. I've just never been into that. Like watching somebody play video games.
You don't even like my boy Ninja?
I don't even know who
Oh,
that is.
man, when I was doing comedy, I had a whole bit on Ninja. How many times he said the N word?
Ninja?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
was that just you trying to break his record?
Yeah, basically. No, it was. I don't need to get into that right now. I do want to say this about
Man,
Mark.
Brandon, he never stops bragging about his laundry chute. He has a digital picture frame with nothing but pictures of pussies. And
I forgot we're bringing that bit back.
yeah.
So behind us, while we're recording, there's a
And he-
digital
and he-
picture frame that I've that are all full of my wonderful daughter. And then Luke decided to posit that that's not what's on it, but it's actually just hardcore pornography that's flipping through during episodes.
Not hardcore pornography, it's pictures of pussies. So
Yeah.
like very few of them are sexy.
Yeah, they're very hurtful.
Sick pussies, a lot of them. Like
That's my favorite magazine growing up. You find out a witch.
gross pussies.
He's got to start sneaking one of those digital camera frames into the background somewhere, but hiding it while you're in the bathroom setting everything up, and then just all of a sudden in the
Yeah.
background just random pussies just on thing, or just the worst porn you've ever seen.
He's got a pair of penny loafers with GoPros on the end.
Yeah, I
of
like to
them.
think of myself as a low budget Hugh Hefner when I have people over. You know, Hugh Hefner died, right?
Yeah, he's dead. He's
as
been
fuck.
dead for
Yeah.
quite a while.
When did he die?
Like 2020?
I don't know. I think it was
R.I.P.
before that. I thought it was like 2016
COVID.
or something.
Really?
I don't give a shit.
You all keep
So-
vamping. I'm gonna Google it real quick.
This is my favorite part of the podcast, where we Google a celebrity's death.
Yeah, where we didn't do our research on things we didn't know we were going to talk about.
Well, I mean that's fine. I also have the website pulled up for Drink a Beer and Play Game. It was on the one model shoot of the one lady. It's like, oh man, this is dank top.
But okay, so to talk to before we get into the plot of the movie, to talk to how does it compare to the video games?
Why are we
I
talking
guess
about our
Does
video
it
game
fe-
experiences? I played the first
Okay,
one.
sorry, I didn't.
I played the first one. I knew. 2017 is when Hugh Hefner passed away. Wow, that
I was
a while ago.
closest without going over.
I played the first one actually when it came out because I remember getting a lot of attention on Steam, and I gotta say I did enjoy it a lot. And then I didn't play any of the games afterwards, but I found the lore really interesting, so I'd keep up with that through Reddits and all of that you'd see or Tumblr. And then Security Breach came out. I remember that being like the last big entry for it. What, about 2 years ago, 1 year ago now?
That sounds about right.
Which I heard was really good. I mean, all the reviews were pretty well. I like the idea and the concept for the game. I never played it though, but I like that they're trying different things. Also, of course, reading about Scott Cawthorn and all of his weird antics behind the scenes too. I mean, we don't need to get too political, but any pro-life dude's just always so fucking weird.
Yeah.
I mean, they gotta own it at least, right? It's fair for me to say that.
Yeah.
There's a nice irony with that in a game about like dead children and stuff like that. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like that whole very devout Christian that puts out that weird like almost torture porn. Because I was listening to TrueAnon recently, where they did a whole episode on A Child Called It, which is that famous book series about this guy who wrote about this abuse from when he was a kid that was actually fake and made up.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But it's like really,
I always kind of thought that though.
Yeah, but it's like really gross and super descriptive of all of it. And he's that also like military kind of guy who's also super religious, and then it comes out he's lying about all of it too.
Yeah,
so.
an asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, TrueAnon, great podcast.
God keeps churning them out.
Yeah.
That does make me want to like check out. What didn't it have like Five Nights at Freddy's have like some bizarre turn-based RPG like pixel-based, almost like Atari-looking graphics?
From the research I was doing, it seems like that the lore got popular, especially with like Reddit, because it's kind of inaccessible. Like you can play the games without knowing anything about it. You got to kind of like, and it's like a multimedia thing as well.
Yeah, a lot of it's in the background and just kind of like not explicitly stated. And by now they're like extended universe novels and all this other shit.
Well, this goes back to Scott Cawthorn, is that he's like prolific for making video games. Like he has been making tons of them since like 2010.
Oh yeah, like
So-
that's my background with Five Nights at Freddy's. I've always like since I learned about him, like its designer and everything. I think his career is fascinating. Like as an indie designer, as someone who finally fucking broke through and like made this incredibly popular franchise, I think he's so interesting. But then you also find out about like all the anti-LGBTQ like donations charities that he has donated to, and it's incredibly like frustrating because all I want is for indie game makers to like succeed and make the money that they fucking deserve, but not like this.
Yeah, like the thing that's I mean, this is really interesting to talk about because like he put the work in. I would not discredit that. He actually goes back all the way to like 2003 is when he started making games. There's like some that are like 1995, 94, but that's like when he was a kid fucking around, so I wouldn't count that.
I also love that the bulb of an idea that was Five Nights at Freddy's was just people commenting on how creepy the designs were for like a previous game he had made. He was like, okay, I'll show you something fucking creepy.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, is it's going to be in our stupid game section earlier, but I was going to give you a list of names games he's made to see if they're real or not. But like a lot of them are like Vegas, aquatic critters slots. That he's probably working for a team.
Oh, that's a Rule 34 name.
Doomsday Picnic RPG, The Desolate Room, Weird Colony, Bogart. Like he was pumping them out. But yeah, since Five Nights at Freddy was a big success, he's made tons of them since then. And then when they've gotten into more mainstream and like bigger studios got behind them, like Security Breach is a great example where like he did executive producing and wrote for some of the game, but he wasn't like directing it or doing anything big with it.
Well, it's also kind of like the same thing that happens with, I guess, anybody who suddenly gets fame very quickly, like they're crazy, comes out very loud and furious. Like didn't the dude like Notch? Didn't he go crazy?
I was gonna say this kind of
no,
sounds
just
like the Notch
Minecraft
pipeline over here.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to make an argument for Scott Cawthorn because I definitely do not agree with his politics, but like he's at least been quiet about his whole career, and he's tried. When the controversy came out, he tried to push it back down and not be like, no, I'm with everybody, don't worry about it. So at least he didn't go like full Notch where he's like, we should murder every trans person.
I mean, Chris Pratt's been part of an anti-gay church for how long, and he gets to be Mario and Garfield.
That's a great example. I feel like Scott Cawthorn is definitely like a Chris Pratt type, where it came out and he's just like, nah, man, I'm cool. We're just like fun friends with everybody. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it.
He's that vaguely attractive white guy.
Well,
that's also not Jewish.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I did not say that myself though. But yeah, so I think all that aside, I think it builds into getting to talk about the movie because he also wrote the script for this. He was part of the screenplay with the movie's director, which I wrote down, which is Emma Tammy.
I'm really surprised
Really?
by
So
that,
the guy
actually.
who made the game wrote the movie?
Yeah, he's also a big time writer, so I'm not surprised about that. So I'm sure he wanted
He
to
needs to read a script writing book then, because this movie was a mess.
And we'll talk about it in the reviews, but I think this is the first time I want to break this instead of waiting. How did we all individually feel about the movie? I'm gonna go down and just say right away, it's fine. I don't think it was terrible, but it definitely is not good.
I think it's bad. I mean, it's definitely not good. I wouldn't hate it, I guess, but I did not like it, and there was a lot of mistakes with it. It's not interesting in any way. It's just boring. So that's a down thumb for me.
Yeah, I also think it's just fucking boring. I can count on one hand the amount of like moments I enjoyed in the entirety of the film. And like I don't need to enjoy a film to think that it's necessarily good. This is just not a good film.
Yeah, I think I'm probably going with more of the fine aspect just because I have zero expectation for the video game movies to begin with. And
Yeah.
I went into this going like, I don't care about Five Nights at Freddy's, so I did, whatever. I didn't even realize Matthew Lillard was in it. And then
Yeah, he
We
just
just, like,
shows
only-
up. Like, what the hell are you doing?
I was like,
And that's like
yeah, it threw me off, and I'm like, all right, well, obviously I love him from Scream and 13 Ghosts, so I was like, I mean, let's see what happens. The main character, I know that guy's face. I can't tell you who he actually is.
that's Josh Hatterson, which you might know as PETA.
Yeah.
From Hunger Games.
I felt like he was just blah. He was like as boring as possible, but once it got into the characters, at first they were actually kind of creepy. And then I don't know if you want to call it a spoiler. Once they got into the goofy, like, let's build a fort together. I was like, what the fuck is going on with this? And
Yeah, that's one thing I think that kept it from being even a good movie in my book is the tone's just all over the place.
The killer animatronic robots powered by ghosts don't need pathos.
so, by the end, I was just like, you know what? There were, I think you all pointed out, there were moments I can say I actually enjoyed. I'll be honest, most of them were with Matthew Lillard. I think there were a few other interesting ones when like random dudes broke in and what happened with them. Outside of that, yeah, it was just very like oddly slow paced with like just odd choices in between. So it was.
Well, they had to fill almost 2 hours of stuff. That's
It was as fine could be. Like I don't know how else to put that.
And that's another thing too is like talk about like misuse of actors and characters of like if you have Matthew Lillard, just give him more time, man, because I always love him in any movie, and it's like the time I was enjoying was usually when he was on the screen, and he was not in as much as I liked him to be. Especially once again, if you know like the Five Nights at Freddy, like a lot of the backstory, he's like one of the main like pieces of it. So like why not just put him in the forefront of a lot of it? Now, I can't believe like you would have to tell a screenwriter like, hey, don't have the main character just trying to fall asleep all the time. That might be boring.
I think Luke and I came up with a theory on this on the drive over where he's just a naturally sleepy guy and they had to write that into the script to explain why he was constantly like just not looking at anything.
He's got crippling narcolepsy in real life, and you're like, ah, shit, what do we do with this?
How do we rate this?
Yeah.
What about you,
probably
James?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the boat of everyone. Like, I thought it was fine. Like, in the beginning, like, I went in with no expectations. I actually thought the trailers made it look, like, kind of okay. And I was like, oh, this might not be shit. And then the beginning of the movie's going on, and I'm just, like, kind of sitting there going, ugh, this... Well, first I saw that it was in, like, an hour and 47 minutes, and I was like, why? Why is this going to be this long? But then, like, yeah, the beginning I hated,
spots.
and then, like, at some points, I was like, all right, this is actually, like, getting my attention. Then by the end, it was kind of a mess. And you know what threw me off the entire goddamn time was Josh Hutchinson's accent. Like, I don't know what he was going for or what area he was trying to do in that movie. Because, like, when he was PETA, he was kind of just, like, talking like a normal person. Like, I've sat through all the Hunger Games movies. But, yeah. So, like, when I'm hearing him in the movie and he's just, like, weirdly pronouncing everything, I'm just like, what's going on here?
Yeah, it's I had to look it up too while you're all talking. Also, the music is all over the place.
3 licensed songs, and I'm assuming are these licensed songs in the video game at all?
I don't think so.
No.
I only played the
Yeah.
first.
Talking in Your Sleep is like the highlight because it's like a good song.
But it's also you go to Chuck E. Cheese's and they have like their own original song that they play. Like they should have been some creepy. I also want to get this. I wrote this down. How the design of the animatronics, like the way that they're designed to like look creepy. I think at least in the movie makes them look not creepy because the fear is supposed to come from that there's this innocent childlike thing turning evil, and you don't really get that because they already look like they're going to kill you.
Right. I mean, I think once again that's a highlight of the film is the practical effects. 'Cause, I mean, it's Jim Henson Company did them, so it makes sense. They do look excellent, but it's like they don't. Once again, I feel like it's the director of this, Emma Tammy. Like this is like her first big project. Looking at her IMDb. And I feel like it's just she didn't know how to direct horror, and that's fine. If you don't do that, you have to go and be a Stanley Kubrick, and then you make it all about atmosphere, but she didn't really pull that off either. And she's like talking in interviews like, I didn't want to just do jump scares. I'm like, well, if you're not...
This movie does so many jump scares. They're not a lot, but they're very gratuitous.
Jump scares are the entire fucking backbone of Five Nights at Freddy's. This film didn't have enough like interesting jump scares.
Yeah, if there's any property you get to direct, this is the one where you can take full liberty with the jump scares. Because that's why Mark got popular, was screaming into the screen all the time, jumping at him.
And like, I just didn't get how there wasn't like at least one sequence where like either Peter or even like in the very beginning with like the first security guard who they killed off right away. Like they didn't have a little section where he's just like desperately trying to lock doors as the power's going out and crap like that. At least emulate the game, even for one little 5-minute section. Yeah. They never even did that.
They didn't that at all. It bothered me.
If they did like a fucking hardcore Henry style, like him just trying to survive that final night in first person, that would have been so fucking tight.
Oh, that would have been fucking rule. And they had the time for it because like the scenes with I want to say Mike, the main character. They just drag so much. They could have cut so much out and put so many better parts in.
There's so much they could have cut out of this movie. Like I wrote down this movie suffers from way too many plot points. Like, okay, you've got our main character. He's got survivor's guilt from his brother's abduction. Employment insecurity.
You don't need to make it the same killer. They could have done a different guy.
He's got an evil aunt who's trying to get rich.
Yeah, evil aunt, potential child
government
loss,
assistance,
dreamscaping.
I mean, knowing that one of the writers was like kind of a hardcore Republican, that kind of makes sense for that storyline now.
Also, a friend that just doesn't come back. Like, I guess they could have just been coworkers, but he seemed to be on good terms with that guy before he tackled that other guy in the mall.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's so many like just randomly forgotten characters. Like you think of your babysitter, like when like the people who broke in and all that shit. Like it's just never addressed again. Never hear anything about it. He's like, oh, my babysitter's not picking up. That's weird.
And there's so much exposition in the beginning that they keep telling us over and over again. And when it also would have been better reveal it piecemeal, like as he's working at Freddy's or whatever, like little like clips back.
Yeah, if they actually
being kid I think the movie should have started with him at the career counselor or whatever, trying to get a new job, and then you see flashes of him beating up the dude. Like you don't need that entire scene before it.
And I feel like we could go through the actual synopsis of the movie or the plot pretty quickly. If it does start off with he's working as a security officer, I guess what you'd say, at the mall. He accidentally tackles a guy he thinks it's trying to steal a kid. It's their own kid. I guess it's supposed to be a joke. It didn't really come off super funny. They show him almost right away at a basically employment office or like I guess an agency of sorts trying to get a new job. It's the big reveal is that Matthew Lillard's his agent, but then you find out later he's actually the serial killer. We don't need to be too precious with the plot with this movie.
I didn't pick up on that the career counselor guy was working for Matthew Lillard. Because when Matthew Lillard showed up, I was like, oh, the dude's alive?
Yeah.
Because I thought that he would like died and he was a ghost with everybody else.
Yeah. That would have been more fun, I feel like. But they wanted to go with the lore of the series, I think, and try to keep that intact because it is kind of reflective of what is in the video games with it.
Yeah.
But anyways, he offers him a role as a security officer overnight at Five Nights at Freddy's. He doesn't want to take it because the nights because he has you think it's his daughter at first, but it's his young kid sister. And this is another plot point that's just so convoluted of like it would have been easier to explain if it was just his daughter. But then it's from his...
No. If you were having children watch a film, they cannot identify with a character who's ever had sex.
Right. And that does just make it where it's like, okay, so it's just a nerd virgin I'm following this whole time. But anyways, this is such a convoluted thing to explain. So the main character, Mike, his brother, when he was young, got abducted and murdered. He feels guilty.
He knows he was abducted. We don't know. It was a spoiler alert.
Yeah. But he feels guilty about it his whole life, and basically now he's dealing with the fallout of it later in his adult life. Both of his parents have passed away. Then you find out later.
Well, no, his dad's not dead.
His
The dad
dad
just
just
ran
left.
off.
Oh, the dad ran off. Sorry, I forgot. Good for him. Anyways, the dad ran off because he thought this movie would be too fucking boring. And then you think for like the first half of the movie that the young girl that he's watching is his daughter, but it's actually his young kid sister from the parents before the dad left. And when you think about the time frame for everything, it's like this doesn't make sense.
They had that child late in life. Yeah.
Yeah, like you could have a kid late in life, but also like after the abduction of a sibling and your marriage is falling apart, you're like, oh fuck it, one more kid.
It wasn't even like immediately after the abduction. They like had to have waited a while.
Right, when you would have been most horny, but it's later, which makes no sense to me.
Look, you can be your life can be falling apart, but you still got to get it in.
You know what? That actually does explain it pretty well.
That's a t-shirt right there.
Get the jingle in the episode there. T-shirt. But yeah, that explains that whole weird subplot.
But he's looking for clues in his dreams
Yeah.
that's how dreams work. It just shows you infallible memories.
Yeah, so his young sister also, I mean, they don't put it out there ever in words, but she seems to be like extremely neurodivergent or autistic, where she
is the shining.
She's
really bad at art for her age. Like she's like worse than Chris Chan.
yeah, making head foot people. Term I just found out today, which is a really fun one. They call them. I found this is an actual definition. They call them head footers, which is the term they use for when a child is learning to draw for the first time. And they just draw a circle and then put feet and arms on them because it's a common thing in psychology that almost all kids start drawing like that. They just call it a head footer. So
That's adorable.
it's really
Thanks
fun.
for the lecture, doctor.
Yeah. Hey, you learn a little bit when you listen to Podzooky. That's all we can offer. That's it. You want anything else? Get out here. We gotta set up a Patreon after that point. I would say at this point in the film, he mulls over it. He can't get a job anywhere, so he takes the job as a security officer overnight at Five Nights at Freddy.
It's just called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fine. We'll be taking it.
It is. I feel like with the 5 days, did anybody count? Was it 5
Yeah,
days?
was
it was exactly 5.
They
That's
should have
why-
done, like-
That's why they needed to build the fort.
There's not, again, this movie's just not interesting. There's like it's not scary enough, and it's not like charming enough. Because if they'd done like when they do like the segments in The Shining, and there's like the violin sting, they could do like that with each day.
Yeah,
something kind of interesting.
They could have aesthetically made some fun choices of like even had a day one cutaway, and then they go do that, and it builds up the tension. But also like another thing too, like go over this as we're getting into the plot. Like they don't use tension in any good way because you think it would be a buildup of like day 1 to day 5. It gets more and more intense. It just feels so slapdash until they get to the day 5. Like you don't even think about like is this day 3 or day 4 before we get to the last one.
Yeah, when I
Well, yeah,
was
most of the creep.
no, sorry, I was gonna say when I was reading up on it after, like, because I was like, all right, let me see what like kind of went on, and I was trying to like figure out some of the lore with the movies and all that. And they explain it's like, yeah, like every time he fell asleep, that was like when he would wake up, that's the start of the next day or something along those lines. And I was like, oh, I guess they did throw in 5 days. But until I read that, I never caught on at all that it actually went through the 5-day cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to make it like so super unclear too. That's the thing is like the movie's so oddly balanced because there's so much exposition for things you don't care about, and then all the other details that would be cool or interesting they never do anything with, which is just like it just seems like a real hodgepodge kind of like. It makes sense why this movie was in development hell for like almost 7 years too. So
That's a question I had. Actually, sorry to cut you off, but like that's what I was wondering is like why did they wait so long past the real hype train of the franchise for the movie to finally come out? Because like I had like nieces and nephews who were super like it was all they did back in like 2015, 2016 ish.
yeah, they shopped it around, and the issue was I remember reading about this. I'm going to pull up just to be exact, but I know this one for a fact was they originally got like Christopher Columbus attached to direct it.
The guy who discovered America?
Yeah, fucking what's
How's he still
Christopher
alive?
Columbus came back and he says, "I need to colonize this franchise."
You get that greasy Italian off that movie.
No, his last name's Columbus. He's the one director that did the Harry Potter film. God, you know who I'm talking?
Yeah, Chris Colombo.
Is it Chris Colombo?
Harry Potter and the Cock Ring of Fire.
Yeah, that's the one. I'm looking it up now. God, I should-
And it's spelled like
It
Harry
is Chris
Potter.
Columbus.
okay. Well, I just said Christopher, and you all make fun of me. It is Chris. There's probably a reason he goes by Chris Columbus. I just realized now. Yeah, he was attached to in 2018.
Christopher, not the genocider Columbus.
Yeah. And even weirder is I just found out, pulling it up again, that it was in Blumhouse production, which makes the film, finally at the end of this. They got it all the way back in 2017 and been kicking around since then.
Now, I'd never seen any Blumhouse movie before, but I know they have a bad reputation for they just do cheap horror movies.
I'd say they do cheap horror movies, but they get some real bangers every once in a while. You've probably seen one. They did first off, they did the Halloween remake, but they did Invisible Man, which actually is pretty excellent. I do really like that one.
Did they do Don't
that
Breathe?
Remake was great. I'm looking right now.
I think they did.
Yeah. They did Happy Death Day, which is actually another pretty good one.
Oh, yeah,
Insidious, that's fine. The Purge. Okay, they've done a lot of big ones. Holy shit.
They do. They have a very
Paranormal Activity.
They have a very efficient style of filmmaking.
Yeah.
And I feel like exploitation is sort of a thing.
Yeah.
Well, right? Which I guess is another thing where, like, usually this reminded me of like old horror movies from like the 70s and 80s where like, okay, they had no budget, but they spent all their money on like special effects, or maybe there would be some good performances or interesting camera work, and nothing really like too scary happened in this movie. The gore is not very gory. It's like you see like a knife about to hit somebody, then they cut to another angle. And even the special effects, like I was kind of surprised to hear that those were all like Jim Henson things, which okay, I guess I can see that it was actually there, and I think that's just having to keep with the design of the video game. They just too smooth, and they're not intimidating to me at all.
Make them rougher.
That is definitely, I think, a problem with translating something like this to the screen. They did a wonderful job of recreating exactly how it looks in the video game, but that world is already exaggerated a little bit. If they would have made them like gruffer and a little bit more realistic, I think it definitely could have gone a longer way for like, making them feel intimidating.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like they didn't even take from their own video game series. Is if they did a build up, they should have had at least a few nights where it's like the robot's following him slowly and like getting creeped out by it. But there's just no build up with that.
Yeah.
The way they do the reveal, like I think it's the second or third night, basically the one aunt who's trying to make sure that she can get custody of the daughter and collect the money. She's in,
that fat $200 a month child chick
from the woman who smells like cigarettes.
You never see her smoke. Like when before she gets killed. Which do we see her death?
No.
Nope, off camera.
No, like Freddy's just like, oh yeah, she's sleeping. Isn't she silly?
And that's the thing too is like we're jumping ahead for that, but I do want to talk about that scene specifically. Is a home invasion shot of having Freddy be there is alarming enough, but like that's such an easy atmosphere to make creepy and set up well, and they didn't even make that scary. Like,
no.
Once again, if you have a jump scare you're going to use, that's a great one right there, or at least build up like a figure coming in through the back slowly. Not just like, here's the scene, he's in the house, she's dead. It's just like, it felt like they were rushing through it almost.
Yeah.
I think they were just trying so hard to, they're PG-13. They're like, how do we make sure we don't hit R? Because you figure probably the most violent thing was when you see the silhouette shadow of the robot chomping the person in half. Like that was probably the most violent thing. And they not that I'm saying they're trying to aim it for kids, but they're probably trying to get as much ticket sales as possible or whatever.
Oh, yeah, you can definitely say they're trying to aim this at kids.
Yeah.
Like there's no shame in that. They want that money.
I will say I was researching the movie, and if the box office is right, it's made like over $250 million.
Oh yeah, it's been a huge success. Wow. And that's why I'm hoping like I think there's a shot I think it could be a good sequel if they get a better director.
Oh yeah, Matthew Lillard already signed on for the sequel.
Yeah, they have Matthew Lillard, which I think is another thing I was going to bring up is a key point. Like if they actually have more time for his character and they get somebody with a better writing and directing, it could actually be fun and actually like get into the horror atmosphere of it. But like it's just like it feels like they had the structure of a good horror movie, but it just never was put together well. So that's why I'm almost interested in seeing a sequel for it, as blasphemous as that might sound.
Also, I got to bring this up because her death was already brought up. I feel like Max undeservedly got like the worst death possible. I feel like the aunt should have gotten that death.
Yeah.
Yeah, because so basically the babysitter is in cahoots with the aunt.
But she's like reluctantly there.
She's reluctantly there, and they show that like she actually does care for the kid and isn't like a complete monster, but she needs to get money in payment for it, so that's why she's getting it. But they basically get hired by the aunt to go wreck the Freddy Fazbear's little place because they think that if they wreck the place, they'll get him fired and they can accelerate getting the benefits. It's a stupid subplot. But they, of course, all get killed by the animatronics. once again, another scene they could have, or a whole, I'd say, area of the movie, they could have had more horror with it. They could have had more tension built up. They could have even emulated some of the games again of trying to do the locked doors, but they didn't. It just, like, it's so bizarre to me that, like, the creator of this game series that made the first one that actually is a pretty well done video game and is scary didn't bring any of that to it or have, like, any of the world building added to it that would have, like, added to the horror elements for the movie.
Yeah, and it's also like it's 25 minutes before we even get to Freddy's.
Yeah.
And then like 38 minutes before we see like the animatronics at all. And then 58 minutes before they start really doing anything like evil that you can really see.
Yeah.
Also, I apologize. I also have to bring this up because Max's brother and that gang are referred to in the credits as the juvenile gang.
Those 40-year-old
Those
men.
fucking, that group of adults, that group of people with 401ks were the juvenile gang.
Well, they don't have 401ks, but they're the
I mean,
age.
they're
They
fucking
should.
gang
They should
now.
have them.
And then, yeah, we'll get it out of the way here, too. There's a scene in the diner where they're all meeting and Matt pats
that's
the
right.
waiter.
He sure is. That's just a theory.
Yeah, okay, it's just a theory.
Oh, I almost threw my remote at the TV when I saw that. I already fucking hate Matt Pat as is, but when I heard that, I was like, God damn it!
And then, like,
I
once
don't even know
again,
what that is.
they didn't get Mark Pyler in it because I guess I had a conflicting shooting schedule at the time. He was supposed to be the security guard at the beginning of the movie. I'm a Mark Pyler fan, so I'm like, they didn't even get the guy I would have liked to see in the film. So,
Yeah, they had like some other streamer. He was the cab driver, so they tried to throw in as many like little nods to that as possible. So at least they kind of knew what
thought
made him
that-
famous in a way.
I thought that was weird because I kept thinking that was going to be like a racist caricature, and it wasn't. But then it kind of was. Like he had a post-credit scene.
And it's kind of funny when you realize, like, he's a real life person then, so you're like, I guess that's just his vibe.
Yeah, but
Oh shit, there was a post-credit scene? I didn't even.
There
I,
was. Yeah.
It's not important to anything.
Yeah, it doesn't have a.
There's that little clown statue that follows around the main character, and he shows up.
Balloon Boy. Did you fucking do any research?
No.
But he's like a taxi driver in his own car. Like I know it's supposed to be Uber, but like nobody calls an Uber.
And you know what? If you get a
Yeah,
taxi
that's
driver,
a
you know
taxi.
who I think you should get for that role? Robert De Niro. It's my opinion.
famous streamer
You know,
Robert
I-
De Niro.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like Danny DeVito.
Okay, that's also a good one.
But I will praise this movie for one thing. It did a good job of like
In credits.
it could take place at any point. It was like you didn't have cell phones. Like it could have been like the 90s or the 80s.
It
like
definitely felt
it was
90s-ish.
modern time. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a few good choices for the film. That's why overall I feel like I would say once again this is like going to be just a down the middle okay. Once again,
there's
I
some
like,
competency behind it. I just think they all dropped the ball.
yeah, the practical effects, Matthew Lillard, all the scenes he was in were really fun, even before the reveal of him being the murderer. I like that he got down.
He
that,
was in
like-
the movie before before he was in the suit at the end.
You didn't realize that's the guy in the office that's offering him the job.
Oh, that was him.
Yeah.
Oh, how did I? No, I didn't realize that at all.
You memory hold it already by that point.
Yeah, it's already like.
Well,
left
when
your
he
brain.
took off the mask, I immediately recognized him as Matthew Lillard. But before that, I didn't for some reason.
You had to see him in that good old Scream setup all over.
Oh.
But yeah, I feel like his scenes were all really fun, so I enjoyed that. I feel like the look of the movie was like good. I think it honestly did look pretty good. I'm not on the same page of like they could have made the robots scary. I think it's just that didn't use them well. So there's some positives, but once again, going through the plot a little bit quicker. The sitter gets killed after that point with the whole juvenile gang, which is so funny, their name. So he has no option but to bring his kid sister with him to the job. She meets the animatronic robots, and they turn out to be her friends because they're actually dead kids inside of there that like to party with other kids. This all sounds stupid, but it is the plot. Sorry.
And it is stupid.
Yeah.
And it is the plot.
He's still trying to fall asleep to remember who the person was who abducted his brother while this is happening. Seems like not a good idea. Finally, they get more and more through the plot. Vanessa shows up.
Well, the kids have to get him. Like they want. What's the sister's name? Anna.
The sister's name was, I wrote it down, Vanessa. No, wait, no, that's Vanessa's the other one. Abby. Abby's the
Abby, and yeah, where they like, we want Abby. Well, you can't
Oh, that's
believe this.
way later. We got so much to go through.
Yeah, and we also left off one key important character, which is Vanessa, which is the one cop.
The
Yeah.
only cop in town.
And man, this once again, this is like from somebody who doesn't like know how to write this character because she was all over the place.
Well, she's just there. I feel like because somebody needs to be able to find out that they broke into Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, me doing it.
Yeah.
Because like, well, otherwise, like, okay, they broke into the place and ransacked it. Who's gonna call the cops?
And
Why
yeah,
would the cops give a shit? It's supposed to be abandoned.
And then if you know the lore of the series and with the movie, Vanessa also is basically the daughter or related to William Afton in some way if you're talking about the video games. So they have this whole thing of her like being basically kind of supporting his actions or knowing about it, so she's kind of covering it up at the same time. And also it's slowly driving her crazy. But they don't really act on that too much. It would have been fun to see more of a kind of like schism falling apart for her as the film went, but they didn't do a good job with that either.
She was just like an exposition MacGuffin, basically. Like she was like the reason to
Yeah,
explain why
100%.
this is happening.
Yeah, and soft love interest.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you know what? When I see a movie, I want a hard love interest. You know what I'm talking about? Full penetration.
Just a
crime,
hot scene
crime.
right in the middle of it, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Just like
Going on while the
beef
sisters
slapping
like doing the
together.
fort with the guys. They're in the back room.
Yeah. And like she holds up like a sign that says like PG-13 and she burns it, it turns into an R. Just something fun like that. But yeah, that's basically like her purpose in the film. And I feel like I forgot to get her in the earlier plot when we were going over all the details because I've been a little sloppy with it, but like all the characters seemed like they're just there for exposition and nothing else.
If you know anything about script writing, like there's so much fat that could have been cut from the script from a few rewrites, like just things that you don't need, things that they say over and over again.
Yeah. Oh,
But I was also thinking like they couldn't have this be a 30-minute movie, which is really all that it should have been.
Yeah.
They had to make it almost 2 hours.
It could have been condensed too much. I feel like even if it was trimmed down a little bit, that would have helped it a lot too. Even if they kept everything like it was, but cut out certain scenes, that might have even helped.
That's why I'm wondering when you said it's the guy who made the video game who wrote it, maybe he wouldn't let them cut things out. Maybe
Yeah,
he was
'cause I
like,
mean,
no,
also
this
he's-
has to be in here.
And also, when you're an executive producer, you get to call so many shots.
Yeah.
So
Honestly,
Yeah, he's-
I was thinking while I was. Oh, I'm sorry. Please.
No, I was gonna say he's probably so so lore poisoned at this point with like this series and doing it for 10 years. That he's like, oh, it's got to have this in there. It's got to have that. But he kind of forgot that like keep it simple, stupid's what made it good in the first place.
we need to show him falling asleep constantly. Yeah, it's to kind of get to the final few parts and beats of the movie. They get and they find out that basically the killer's still alive, and also that the animatronic robots want a new friend, so they want Abby to be put into like a robot body as well.
What I don't understand about that, they had to get like Mike.
Yeah, Mike's the main character.
Yeah, they had to get him to like make like a Faustian bargain to get Abby.
And that
but
scene was
then they
so-
just go to his house. So why do they need his permission?
That scene was so poorly done because it's like where he's like, yeah, you can have her. I don't know why, but wait, no, I don't know. You shouldn't do that. It's like they should have just either committed fully where like he just goes completely craven and gives her up, or it tells them no and they take her in.
And also Matthew Lillard, when he killed and they don't go anywhere near it, but presumably molests these children as well.
Yeah.
But did he know their ghosts were going to get attached to the robots? Was
I mean,
that his plan?
that's never made clear. I feel like in the movie, but like
It's just a happy accident.
Yeah, I guess it is just a happy accident.
I feel
Just to
like
have-
he kind of knows it. Like I think that was his goal all along, is the control of them, and that's you talk about the weird plot points. Like they're controlled by a picture drawn on the wall. Like
Well,
at the end of
Abby
the day,
has like a psychic connection with them.
I don't
They're
even know
dead.
if it's
they're dead
that.
kids. Yes.
Yeah,
Kids
but
are
at the end of
dumb.
the day, like her art, the whole movie are like she only communicates with pictures, and they kept driving that point home. And at the end, they're controlled by the pictures because the picture up on the wall was them all getting along with Matthew Lillard, aka Springtrap. So that's why he was able to control her because that's the only way they could understand. But,
I
they're
think
sophisticated enough to be friggin' Freddy Krueger and go through your dreams and get shit, but they can only communicate through drawings otherwise. Like,
Because I kept wondering, what are the rules of this movie's universe? Is it magic or are they evil robots?
man, they got a real issue. It's an Outback Steakhouse situation. There's no rules, and it's just right.
The onion is blooming
Yeah, it's blue
like an asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, this movie fails from one thing. The problem is it came way, way too late, and Willy's Wonderland came out and was already done and better than this.
I do kind of want to see just for the Nicolas Cage bump.
Oh,
Yeah.
you should see it. That's all I'll say.
Honestly, I did want to propose, if we have you all back, can we only have you back for Five Nights at Freddy's type movies? Like,
I'm down for that.
World or that banana.
There's
or
also that Banana Splits movie, yeah.
Yeah,
Which
we've
you just
already
watched
made-
the regular Banana
It's
Splits.
funny you
They're
said the-
terrifying enough.
It's funny you said the Faustian pack earlier because we already made one with comedian Logan Nielsen, who we had on for where we've decided to only have him on for shark-related movies, but shark something. So now we have to have him back for
Deep Blue Sea.
Was it in Santa Shark?
It was like Mary Sharkmas or something.
Mary Sharkmas. There's go back and listen to Logan's episode. It's really great.
Oh
but
my
we
God.
decided we're only going to bring him on for schlocky shark movies. So I gotta look it up now.
You know, while you're doing that, I did have another point about the movie I wanted to bring up. I definitely feel like there's a lot that could be cut from the film, but in general, while watching it, it felt like a lot of story was just kind of missing. It felt like I was watching an abridged version of a Five Nights at Freddy's TV show
Yeah.
that was like cut down to be a feature for TV.
Yeah. Well, you've got all this exposition at the beginning of the movie, like this movie doesn't really have acts, but where the first two acts would be, and then like, oh shit, we have to have like violence and we have to have some kills happen. There's no interesting kills. Everything is just being chopped up.
And also for the listeners at home, I can't believe I forgot the title. It's really great. It's Santa Jaws. That's a good title.
It's a movie that is worth watching. I have watched that, and
Of course you have,
So
Brian.
the funny thing is, look, Logan's seen it, so at the end of our episode, it's like, no, you have to watch it because it's actually like really entertaining and fun. I'm like, there's no way. And this is now like I figure like the fourth friend I've mentioned that's been like, no, it fucking kicks ass.
how do you go wrong with a shark that has a candy cane unicorn horn that stabs people, and he's wearing a Santa hat?
We need to make sure this happens with Logan now before Christmas.
I'm real in on this.
Oh, I mentioned there were no interesting kills, but I was thinking like something like this should like, since it's like evil Chuck E. Cheese, I felt like it should have like tried to get like anxieties from being in an environment like that. Like you could have had to kill like somebody being force-fed pizza and cake
that
until
would've
like
been
their
great.
stomach explodes, or getting stuck inside like a giant claw machine or something. Just
like a seven.
something interesting.
Pelted with ski balls until they just like their brain explodes.
Yeah, they're tied to the end of the skee ball and just getting their heads whacked in by those heavy wooden balls.
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, did they cancel doing that because in the games, you just see a flash of the thing coming at you. You don't actually know how it's killing you. So were they trying to give it some mystique? Like, we know some of them, okay, they went in the mouth, she was chopped in half, or if it was a little cupcake thing, it was like biting you.
With that insane murder mask.
Yeah, like, presumably, is it always, are they biting you? Are they ripping you apart with their, like, hands? Like, I guess part of that is, like, the old, like, adage of, like, is it scarier when you don't know exactly how it killed you? But then we see all of them at the end of the day, they're stuffed in costumes, so they're not mutilated.
You know they're
so,
being they're being.
And I mean, I guess at least that's lore accurate, but
But I think it was more like to keep the rating down, and it's just cheaper if you don't animate
show it.
or
Yeah.
film something. Yeah.
And then, I feel like once again, you give yourself like a Herculean. I said that really fucking Herculean. There we
Herculean?
go. A Herculean task.
Nuclear.
If only Eddie Murphy was here to help
pulling
me
a
with that.
sorbo.
But yeah, I feel like you give yourself a huge task with that of like, if you can't do jump scares or gore, then you have to be really good at directing atmosphere, and that's like really something only seasoned, I feel like, directors can do at that point. I mean, I feel like that's why we're talking about The Shining so many years later, because there's not really like any. I mean, other than like the bathtub scene, there's not like major gross out scenes in that film. It's
There's
just
hardly any. There's not really any music in it.
yeah.
There is some music, but I think it's all like diegetic, or at least ghost diegetic.
Yeah, but that movie just sits with you because the whole atmosphere of that movie is so creepy that afterwards, just like I feel uncomfortable and I don't know why anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, there was also all the abuse that happened behind the screen.
Yeah, abuse your actors more. Like, be a professional. That's what I say.
It's a lost start, really.
Yeah.
You don't
like
hear
that
stories
guy
about it
who-
anymore.
The guy who directed the Exorcist, he was like fucking permanently injured the woman who played the mother with one of the special effects. Like, she's like, oh, it hurts my back. when
Yeah,
I
her
pull." I was
back.
like, oh, okay. Then goes like, really let her fucking have it. Like, this guy was an asshole. I mean, I like that movie, but
yeah.
Where Manos to Hands
man,
of
it's a
Fate.
lost art.
yeah.
Where Torgo getting his
Yeah.
fucking knees turned backwards the whole movie.
Yeah, oh god.
I am Torgo.
A fun aside with that is like me and my friends growing up were huge Mystery Science 3000 fans. So one of my friends got a copy of Manos the Hands of Fate so we could just watch it by itself because we want to have that experience. Let me tell you, awful. It was so boring. It's just, and especially because we were teenagers, so it's like we could just riff and have fun ourselves. And we were just like watching like,
Yeah, but
This
you're
is
not
so
as
boring.
funny as.
and then like because we're all like 14 or 15 at the time we were watching it. We're just like, what if he farted really hard right now? And it's just like that was the best we were working with. So
That's why you got to find your own bad movies when you're coming up. That's like the most important thing that you can learn as a teenager.
absolutely.
And I guess there's so many options for kids to watch movies now, but I don't know. Maybe they'll figure it out. But I feel like just going to a video store and grabbing like the worst VHS with the worst box art.
Yeah.
The problem with the VHS though is some of the worst movies had really good box art, so you wouldn't know
That's
any
true,
better,
too,
and
yeah.
you'd be like, "Oh, this movie looks awesome." And you're like, "What the fuck is this I'm watching?" Like,
What was that? It was, I think, a full moon production movie that's like it had the blood that would go up and down on the cover if you shaked it. Was it Breeders or something?
Bloodstone.
Like that? No, I'll remember it here soon.
Trying
I
to
should-
think. Full
Yeah,
Moon.
it's hard to have somebody jog your memory when you just don't know.
I'll get it.
No, I know a lot of Full Moon. I mean, they did all the Puppet Master movies. They did Subspecies.
Oh man, I've seen some of those movies. I was always still more afraid of the trailers than I ever was the movies themselves. Because the movies are pretty not super scary. But what's the one with the knife?
I grew up
The
loving
puppet with the knife. What's
That's
his name?
Puppet Master for sure.
Yeah,
That
no,
was
but what's
Puppet
the name of
Master.
it?
His name was Blade.
Blade. Yeah, I knew it was something simple like that.
I loved those.
The
movies.
Daywalker.
Speaking of a franchise with a great lore behind it, that's another classic one.
Oh,
I love how
I
much
love
they like
that.
have a history behind all the puppets, which is really funny to me. Oh, also they put fucking souls in those puppets too.
Yep. It was way better killer doll movie than most.
Yeah, which is funny that the Full Moon Productions also did demonic toys. It's like you kind of already did it.
Well, yeah, it's just it is like a novel update on a pretty classic idea, like clowns being scary. It's basically the same idea as that. Just something that's innocent and sweet being turned evil and against you, something that chops you up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now they've come back around to being sexy.
Yeah.
Was it Tracers? Okay, I shouldn't do this during the podcast. I'm very unprofessional, but
Brandon, what are you doing?
I'm looking
Looking
through all
at
the Full
pictures
Moon
of
pictures
pussies
to see which
again.
one it was. Oh, I forgot they did the Ginger Dead Man too.
Oh, they sure did. Castle
Yeah.
Freak. They did a lot of movies.
Yeah. Shout out to Full Moon Productions. You know what? They're making some fun gems over the years. Yeah, to get through the end of the movie, we find out once again, we already spoiled, Matthew Lillard's the actual killer, William Afton, which is the big like central figure from the series who's the actual killer that makes the robots. Has like weird psychic powers over all of them. It's never fully explained in either.
He's just in charge of them. I think
He's dad.
I
Like
think
he's rape dad.
Yeah, so he's the father of the police officer. I think it kind of makes sense when you honestly approach it as like the ghosts are children. They don't have any rules that they're actually like bound to, except for being children.
Yeah.
Like the only reason the shit works is because they're stupid kids who believe in it, even though they are ghosts.
Yeah.
I don't know. At least that kind of makes sense to me.
I think also like the main hero of this movie doesn't really have any heroic moments, which is kind of I think doesn't help his case because like basically his whole role is to get terrorized, get chomped on by the cupcake robot a few times, get stabbed by Matthew Lillard, and then finally tell his sister to put a picture on the wall. That's basically his whole main role in the film.
Did he even tell her to do
they
that?
don't-
She just did that on her own, I think.
I think she figured it out.
Yeah, she
on her own.
did. She figured it out on her own.
Tweet us at Podzooky. Oh wait, we're not on there anymore.
Yeah, we're not.
Yeah, his
Ski at
only
us on Blue Sky at Podzooky.
His only real way
Still
when he
cold
does
skates.
do the hero bit, all he can really do is just hit him with stun guns and cattle prod.
Wait,
Yeah.
You know when he
Yeah.
did look heroic? When he was beating the shit out of that guy in the fountain.
Yeah. That's really the only time he had initiative in the film.
That should have been the ending.
Yeah.
It should have been him bringing him to that same fountain to beat the shit out of
Hey,
him.
if that dude had been a child molester, he'd be a hero.
I like Martin's theory now. Like it's a weird another time that makes no sense. Like this fountain gives me powers.
If it takes 100 dudes and one of them's a child molester, I say it's worth it.
It's a win.
Yeah.
It's a good intentions there. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, calm down there, IDF. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm liberal, being anti-child molesters.
Yeah. Oh man. Anyways, that it gets revealed. The picture's put on the wall. The robots turn on William Afton. They put him in one of the.
Turn him on so much.
Yeah. He probably has a big old boner the whole time he's getting murdered.
Well, that's actually. I'm sorry. This is another fucking issue I have with it. They all stand around him. The only one who does anything is the cupcake, who bites him and then activates all the spring traps in his costume. The others just look at him.
Yeah.
They don't like rip him apart. That would have been great.
reenact the ending scene of Day of the Dead yet again. It's been done in so many films, but it's so fucking kick-ass. Have him get ripped apart, show it all.
I mean, I thought the same thing. He should have been ripped apart. I know they're probably saving him for the next movie, and also I know
And once
in the
again,
games, I think he dies that way.
Yeah, he dies in the
Springtrap
suit.
being-
It's a big key point in the plot,
Yeah.
but because he becomes Springtrap, which is basically like a kind of like skeletal rabbit suit thing.
yeah, stupid.
The design's kind of cool.
No, I'm just.
But anyways-
Donnie Darko too, piece of shit.
Yeah. Ooh, we hate him. I forgot the name of that director. He's fine. He did whatever afterwards.
There's a lot of bad movies afterwards.
Yeah.
Like I know it's off topic, but they're like interesting bad movies. Like Southland Tales is a mess,
Oh, it's
but
such
it's
a
also like
mess.
fascinating. They're like, how can this come out of some dudes?
And it was
it's
like-
the studio. It's nobody saying no to this guy.
And it's weird because it's like one of The Rock's like first big acting movies before he really hit it too.
Yeah, and it is also a movie where like there's some cool like special effect things or like camera trick things.
Is that the
in
one where the cars
movie.
fucked?
Yep.
Okay.
That's how everybody remembers it. I'm so glad you said it before I did. I think that might be just a clip for this episode now too.
Also, that has the Justin Timberlake music video smack dab in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Where he sings a killer song.
And you know what I say? Get him, Brittany. Get him. Is anybody surprised he's kind of a jerk? I mean, we can't be.
No, not really.
I saw that evil energy in him when I watched that Trolls music
I
video.
mean, I don't think you get to be that level of famous and not be an asshole.
Yeah, it's kind of like the President Conundrum. all
Yeah.
over
Well, I
again.
mean, I also think that like you can't really be. If history remembers your name, you were an asshole. Now, unless you're like Fred Rogers or Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
I do love Dolly.
Yeah. We all do.
God, you know what? If she ever wants to be on this podcast, I'm just going to put it out there. We'll allow it.
I think the only person who hated Dolly Parton was that guy she wrote "I Will Always Love You" for.
Oh, no. Unknown Histon also hated her. It's the reason he got fired from Squidbillies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Weird trivia.
God.
Man, he just thinking like he was on top of the world with Squidbillies.
He
It was in
was.
its 8th season.
I'm getting $8 a month from Adult Swim. I can do whatever I want.
Wait, did Squidbillies really go on that long?
Yeah.
It was on for a long ass time.
Squidbillies
Yeah.
had like 10 seasons, didn't it?
Yeah, but it was probably like Aqua Teens where it had like a few hiatuses in between, where like it wouldn't be on for a few years, like they were reruns.
I will say the recasting they did was incredible because they just got Tracy Morgan, and it's just Tracy Morgan, and it's
Oh,
great.
God.
Oh shit, I
That's
gotta
so
watch
great.
that now.
Oh yeah, the last season is fucking phenomenal.
Wait, they really did that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that at all. I have to check that out.
That rules. But yeah, I feel like we've talked enough about it. We don't need to connect all the loose ends. We kind of just want to get a general feel and plot of the movie. So we can go to the we're going to rate it 5 out of 5 Nights of Freddy. I'm sorry, I'm lazy. I
Actually,
have to do
before
it.
we get to review, could I actually award MVP of the movie?
Yes.
I'd like to award MVP of the movie to Doug the Lawyer.
Okay, yeah, he was really fun. I like that he kind of became a meme after this film, too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it's in a lot of TikTok videos of him like just doing weird things or using it for cutaways.
Hell yeah. I wanted more of him. I at least wanted him to have like a weird death. He's there with the aunt when they're like talking stuff with Max and her brother. And he's like,
At the
oh, I shouldn't
restaurant,
be
yeah.
here. This is illegal. Oh yeah, Matt Pat looks at him.
Yeah.
He's great.
I think he's the only one that survives from the whole juvenile gang and
He
ants.
is.
So
Yeah, no, he aged out of it. That's why he's fine.
it'd be so, okay if they, once again, I feel like I want to see a sequel because they might be able to make something interesting and good. I love the idea that he just keeps coming back and getting attached to the wrong people but surviving each time.
Honestly, they bring back Doug and that pharmacist. I'm in for 5 Nights at Freddy's too.
Oh,
I'm
the
in for-
pharmacist was great.
I'm
too.
in for 10 Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's gonna be the new Burt Gummer. He's gonna be showing up in like 10 movies after this.
Don't you dare besmirch Burt Gummer by adding him to that, Jim.
Oh, wait till we get to talk about Ron Canada later. But yeah, I'll kick it off with the reviews. So we're gonna give it 5 out of 5 Nights at Freddy. Lower the worst, higher the better. I think you can all tell from how we've talked about this whole episode. 5 out of 5. No, it's once again. I feel like we complained a lot. There are some highlights. Overall, I think it looks good. It's not great for the plot. The scares aren't where they need to be. But I didn't hate it outright, but I feel like it wasted my time. So I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5 Nights of Freddy. You know, you're on baby mode. You survive 2 nights, and you're like, I'm not gonna play anymore. I'm too scared. That's how it feels. You know, it's fine. I don't need to go any deeper. I can't believe like all the media it's gonna content and generate like out of this. It just
Yeah. Well,
why are we doing this?
I'll give it 1.
Oh, damn.
Because it's just like, it's not like it's not the worst movie I've ever made. I think there's actual like competency behind the scenes. It's just there's no passion in it. There's nothing interesting. It's just not anything that I found interesting about this movie. The most interesting, I guess, was the story, was that it was based on a video game.
Scott Cawthorn's like listening to this right now, like breaking pencils in half. There was so much passion behind this. Oh,
I'm a genius, damn it!
Well, Scott, if you are listening, read How to Write a Screenplay book, because you need it.
I mean, just something to help out a little bit. Even just like Stephen King's On Writing would be great for you, I feel like.
Yeah, like brevity is the soul of wit, which means don't waste my fucking time. You don't now, like, even in the opening cinematic where they explained a lot of the backstory just with like the little like 8-bit intro thing. Like they explained like the kids disappearing and like, okay, yeah, the characters don't know that, but the audience knows that. You don't need to keep saying everything if we know it. But it's just, yeah, I wasn't angry about it, but I just completely uninspired and boring. So 1, I can't give it any more than that.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be spending only 2 nights at Freddy's. This is definitely like not the most painful watch I've ever had, and ultimately, I think if you're like 12, you really like the games.
Right.
This isn't even a movie that's probably going to give you serious nightmares. So I'm sure parents probably love it for that. Like Luke said, this film is not like super poorly made. There is just not really any passion there, and it feels like that script. They were sitting on this for like 7 fucking years. They could have done another fucking draft of this.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring this up earlier, but I need to bring up my very last note I made, which is just, in quotation marks, I really did try to warn you in my own way. Vanessa, what the fuck were you doing that entire time? I just can't even.
Yeah. And that goes back to
Also-
my point with Vanessa's character, is like you either have to downplay it, make her seem super normal so it comes as a surprise at the end, or make it seem like she is just going crazy in every scene. You're like, what is up with her?
I really thought she was going to do like turn out to be completely evil, because like after like the second time she shows up, like, okay, she's important. She's involved with this in some way.
That's got to be the sequel. Oh yeah, we forgot to say she's in a coma now, so I
Oh,
guess
yeah,
there
she'll
were
be
no
back.
police. So there were no police around to investigate the murder of the aunt or why she was stabbed. So that's why Mike is fine with his.
Yeah, I thought that too.
sister-daughter.
Like, okay, like there's maybe they wouldn't do anything about the bodies at Freddy's, but there's a dead aunt in his.
Also-
and she presumably has a job.
Kind of a funny thing at the end of the film, everything's kind of been put on its right path, and now he has custody of his sister, it seems like is what they insinuate. I just love to see that court case of like the judge go like, everybody's missing, the murder. Yeah, okay, I think we're good. Yeah, she's yours. I don't give a shit. I just don't care. This is my last day as a judge.
Aunt never showed up to the court trial. Oh well.
Okay.
That
Oh,
was-
look, an early lunch. Nice. Let's get out of
Let's
here.
see. I see your kid sister drew a picture of a bunny with a knife murdering a bunch of children. What's that about?
Okay, well, anyways, I don't give a shit. I'm out of here. Yeah. I'll give it to you two then for your reviews, and we'll get into the stupid game section after that.
Go ahead, Chambers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably like a 2. I'm almost at like a 2.3 or something like that, where it's like I could fall asleep through the second thing, try for a third night, and wake up there and be like, yeah, it's not worth it, and just go home. Like, I didn't outright hate it. I think it's the dad in me that like kind of actually liked the part where the sister was like friends with the all the animatronics and stuff like that. Like, I thought, like, because it was the last thing I expected too. So when it came to that, I was like, oh, this is a nice little, like, just something different, I guess, if I had to give it any kind of credit. But
Yeah, I also kind of agree. Like, it gave it just a little bit of, like, pathos to it, and they could have done more with it, but they didn't. And
You see, it's a movie about family.
Yeah.
oh god,
Oh,
curse
who's
line.
that coming up? It's Dom.
But yeah, I mean, it's still a mess, but it's like I guess it was overall better than I was expecting, while still not being very good. But yeah, it's like almost average. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going 2.5. Jim, 2.3 is a terrible goddamn score. You're only doing 0.5 increments. I don't know what the fuck is a 0.3.
I had to get my point
But
across, Brian.
It's 2.5.
Oh, I mean, if you listen to previous episodes, you can go anywhere you want with these ratings.
I just look at it like the way I would think of it is if it's on TV, I'm not going to automatically turn it off, but I'm never going to go out of my way to watch it. Like, I'm not going to be like, ooh, you know what I'm in the mood for? Like this. So, didn't totally hate it. There's some good parts, a lot of misses. But at the end of the day, yeah, 2.5.
Yeah. That's fair. I feel like it's exactly how I kind of feel too. Of like it. I wouldn't skip it if it was on a channel, but I'd just be like, I remember when this was a movie. Like,
I think I'd skip it unless every other channel were something less desirable.
yeah, that's true. What would I'm trying to think of what would be below it for horror movies I've seen.
Well, maybe in a couple of years the sequel.
Crazy Fat Ethel.
Yeah, I've talked about Crazy Fat Ethel in a while.
Yeah, God bless her. But yeah, that's 5 Nights at Freddy, and then we're gonna get right into that stupid game section. Stupid games. I'm so excited to go through this, as I mentioned earlier. Scott Cawthorn has a very interesting history. One of my favorite things is that he actually did work for some religious productions. So he's involved with like helping. You know, like how you see those cheap DVDs of like made up Christian shows. He did a bunch of those back in the early like aughts and tens. So I'm going to give you 3 of these that he worked on, and you need to tell me which one of these are not an actual one he did. So option A, was it Jesus' Kids Club? Option B, Bible Plays, David and Goliath? Or C, Christmas Symbols? And you think it would be like spelled C-Y-M-B-O-L-S, like the instrument, but it's actually symbols, and the word symbols like representing something else. What,
Yeah.
I'll give it to...
I'm gonna. What's the first one?
Jesus' Kids Club.
I'm gonna go with that being. Which one's the fake one or
The fake
real
one.
one?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that one being the fake one.
I'm gonna go with number 2.
The Bible Plays, David and Goliath.
Yes.
Okay, nice.
David and Goliath.
David and Goliath.
I'm gonna go A, the first one.
You all lose. They're all real. None of these. I couldn't get over all the titles that I had.
Piece of shit.
Son of a bitch.
It's okay. I got 2 other options, so somebody can actually win this game. So we also talked about this earlier. I was going over the list of all of the games he's made, and there's so many that I'm like, okay, I'm going to do the same thing. I promise I won't trick you this time. One of these is a fake title. The other 2 are real titles. Did he make a game called Pogo Duck? Did he make a game called Escape from Neo Barcelona? And did he make a game called Bad Waiter Tip Calculator? Whoever wants to go first.
I'm gonna guess the second one. That's,
Escape from Neo Barcelona.
yeah, that one sounds good.
Escape from Neo Barcelona.
Yeah, I'm going with that one.
I want to do the dumbwaiter one.
The Dumbwaiter? Okay.
Fuck it, I'm going Pogo Duck. I just like the sound of it.
All right, well, guess what? I want to say we got 2 on the board now. Luke got 1, and then also Brian got a point. So
Yeah, fuck you, Jim.
It's
It
like
is
every
Escape
goddamn
Barce-
time we do a game with any episode we're on, I always get like no points or lose.
Well, you could bring it back and tie it on the last one, possibly.
Hey, you were right. Pogo Duck does sound fun.
Right?
Yeah, the thing is, like, I was writing these out, and I did Escape from Neo Barcelona a second. I almost crossed it out because I'm like, this is too obvious. And I kept going through the list, like, no, these are all.
I think I just understand Brandon's brain a little bit because I can usually tell that sounds like something Brandon would come up with.
That's the thing. It definitely sounded like something Brandon would come up with, but I was hoping it was real. Like, I wanted to live in the world where that was real.
I just want
can't
NES
even
DuckTales
imagine
with the
what-
Jesus coat of paint.
Yeah.
What's Neo Barcelona even gonna look like?
What's regular Barcelona look like? I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
Nobody
like
knows.
It's a cyber dystopia with a slight lisp.
The lost city of Barcelona.
It sounds like a CDI
Unless
game.
It's a country.
Okay, for the last, this is kind of a tie into our other game that we're not going to do today, but it's Who the Fuck is Ron Canada? I wanted to bring it back to Matthew Lillard. You think for sure he would have worked with Ron Canada before, but the fun thing is that he also was in possibly one of these Uwe Boll films. Uwe Boll is a famous bad video game director that I'm sure most of us know, but just for those at home, in case you're not aware. The reason that I feel like we're all like at a low bar for video game movies is because of him and a few other directors. Like this compared to any of his, this would be like a 4 out of 5 film if you've watched any of Uwe Boll's films. Mm-hmm. But Matthew Lillard was in one of these Uwe Boll films. These are all real ones. Was he in either A, House of the Dead, B, Alone in the Dark, or C, In the Name of the King, a Dungeon Siege tale?
I'm gonna guess House of the Dead.
Matthew Lillard's in the House of the Dead. Okay.
I want to say Alone in the Dark, only because I have seen it, but not for like 10 years.
Okay, nice. I like that.
Dungeon Siege. I'll split the difference.
Okay, got one for Dungeon Siege.
So it was Alone in the Dark in the Name of the King.
In the Name of the King, a Dungeon Siege tale.
So I've seen House of the Dead. I know he was.
Oh, but you haven't seen it for many years now.
I haven't seen it in a while. I got to go with the Name of the King. I feel like that's the only one I haven't seen because I've seen some terrible goddamn movies.
I got some good news and some bad news. it is in the name of the king, that means that, yes, Jim did get a point, but Brian also got a point, so he still went ahead.
Son of a bitch.
Fuck you, Jim.
But I do want to tie it back, and one of you could still either tie it or come in the lead, but I'll still open the floor for everybody. Which one of these films was an appearance of Canada in, out of these 3 films?
Oh, Ron Canada?
Yeah, Ron
Wait.
Canada.
Oh yeah, you don't. You maybe.
Who
explain
is this
Ron
person
Canada
you
is.
keep
Oh, sorry.
saying?
Ron Canada is a working actor that's been in the industry since the 80s with over 200 appearances. Famously, the judge in Ted 2. He pops in a lot of these things.
Oh.
Do we never use the title for that I recorded? Or
Yeah, no, we use
okay.
it.
Yeah.
It's the
all the time.
reviews one that we don't use.
Yeah.
Did.
Ron Canada, we loved him the very first time we saw him. He played a cop in Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. Honestly, just a force of an actor.
He was so charming in that film, we decided that we had to look him up during that episode, and then we saw, like, holy shit, he's been, like, in 200
Yeah, if
movies.
you've watched, like, any, like, television from, like, the 90s, you've seen
Star
him in
Trek
something.
fan, you know he's
Star
both.
Trek, Babylon 5.
Yeah.
He is our ultimate get.
Wait, who's he in Star Trek?
He's in Star Trek: The Next Generation, the Masterpiece Society. He's the guy like where they.
Oh, you have it memorized. Holy shit, I've been looking it up.
The where there's a city like where they're like all like genetically matched to live in that city, and none of them can go in or out. He's the like processor who's really pissed off that the Enterprise is there. And then in Star Trek: Deep Space Nine. And I don't remember the name of that episode, but where Worf is put on trial, and it's basically like Rashomon, where like everybody's going on the stand and they're recounting the way they remember events. He plays the Klingon prosecutor.
Oh my god, this is big breaking news for Ron Canada. He's also in the Orville.
Oh, good for him.
Good casting. That's really smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That man belongs in space.
Yeah, he's a
But yeah,
gift. Why
let's
not
get
give it
to-
to the universe?
Let's get to the question.
Yeah. But anyways, which one of
Oh,
these
yeah.
films was in Canada? Was Canada in?
Did you say the names of the movies?
Oh, it's all the same selections we had before. So
okay.
House of the Dead, Alone in the Dark.
I said this before, but you were so bad at this.
I'm not being paid for this.
That's
It's
true.
a classic
That's true.
Podzooky energy.
Yeah.
I don't know. House of the Dead.
I want to say Alone in the Dark again.
Okay.
I'm going Alone in the Dark.
I was going to say Alone in the Dark.
God damn it.
You're all wrong. It's in the name of the king.
Really?
Wow. Star-studded cast.
He wasn't in the film, but it was filmed in Canada. So.
Brandon.
Yeah,
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Is that why you kept saying it like an idiot?
Yeah, I messed it up.
Okay.
But you know what?
How about this? I got a game. That was your last game.
Yeah, that's my.
I want to bring back an old one because it's been long enough. I think we can do it. How tall is Steve Buscemi?
We are once again asking you, how tall is Steve Buscemi? Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a
Oh my God,
classic.
we haven't played this in like 40 episodes.
Oh yeah. Basically, it's exactly what it sounds like. How tall do you think Steve Buscemi is? Because we started doing it, and then each time we would forget.
and guess what? The
How tall
magic's
it
back
was.
because I forgot completely.
I thought of it last night and I couldn't stop laughing. I didn't look it up.
You know what? This is a good podcast. We shit talk it a lot sometimes, but
Yeah.
and you know what? I'm gonna say he was 6'7".
Okay, I'm not.
Wait, I just been really tall. I just realized.
Yeah, that's
Mountain of a man.
It's too late. I'm locked in.
Okay, 6'7". Okay, Martin.
He's so tall.
You know, I forget. Is Steve Buscemi Shaquille O'Neal?
No.
No,
Okay, then Brandon's answer is so fucking stupid.
it really is.
You know what? I'm gonna say he is 5'9".
Okay, and you gentlemen,
5'6".
5'6",
5'10".
5'10". We have no winners because Steve Buscemi is 5'8".
5'8".
Which is oddly enough, like I thought I remembered it actually, so like I'm not gonna vote, but
Isn't it
I would
69
have been wrong
inches?
about my vote because I was gonna say 5'8".
Isn't it 69 inches if you convert it into 1 inch for each one?
I don't know.
No, that would be 68 inches.
Wait.
If you ever 68 before, that's an even weirder move.
You're just
So,
there
like,
licking
your
the
foot
thigh.
goes in their mouth
Just
by
missing.
accident and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, that is a funny game.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to say it, but that means Brian is the clear winner for all of this. As
Ooh,
bad as
fuck
I
you,
was
Jim.
I'm the least consistent.
Well, at least we can get into the good old recommendations and plugs. I have a very... So I should say for our recommendations and plug, when it comes to recommendations, we go off anything. It could be an emotion. It could be a really good book you read recently. It could just be a concept, but...
It's usually closer to like a book or a movie, though.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a concept and a feeling, which is getting high and watching Let's Play videos specifically of railgun shooters, because I did that a few nights ago with somebody playing through all of Carnival. I was just like, man, what a ride.
I haven't thought about Carnival in like so.
And you know what?
fucking
I gotta
long.
say, watching it, even though I was like slightly stoned, it was like, this is kind of charming. You know what? I feel like it was in that whole era of video games being overly violent, but like they actually had like a good aesthetic and they were trying to be funny about it, and it kind of was sometimes. So I'm like, you know what? It's good they tried something, and it was really interesting to watch very high.
This is my recommendation, but I'll often I like watching those. I mentioned earlier those YouTube videos where it's just a robot voice reading Reddit posts, and they've got those, but it's like an actual person reading them, and they'll play like clips from like a video game in the background, like somebody playing a video game, but it's so I hate those because it like gives you anxiety to watch it. Like you can't relax.
It sounds actually
It's
more
so
of a
crazy.
personal thing.
It could be. I'm just saying. I doubt I would be alone from people who've seen these. But my recommendation is going to be, it is on Hulu, is the 80s hospital show Saint Elsewhere. I have some friends of mine, they've watched that a while back, and they would always talk about how much they love it, so I finally got into it. And if you know anything about the show, you know how it ended. Like, it had a weird ending, but that's really unfortunate because it is, in its own right, a really good show.
Everyone's like, I haven't
You talked about that in the
Googled
last
Canada.
episode too, didn't you?
I did?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, okay, I guess.
It's not a bad thing, though.
No, it's not
been a
bad at all.
while. Yeah.
Yeah, if you
But
like
yeah,
something.
The man's got
Like,
St. Elsewhere in the mind. He can't get away from it.
Yeah.
I'm just Googling if Ron Canada was in St. Elsewhere real quick, so...
He hasn't been in it yet from I'm seeing him. I'm on the 5th out of 6 seasons.
Oh, damn.
But
the
it is
keyword
like
is
Bill
yet.
Daniels. Bill Daniels from Boy Meets World is in it, and he's like an asshole, and it's so good. He does it so well. For crying out loud, Ellen. He says that a lot to his wife.
Let's see. I don't have anything to plug, but I do have a recommendation. I know we were talking about Promare earlier, and I mean, as we brought up, biggest problem with Promare, not gay enough. Personal recommendation: watch through Promare every couple of minutes. Scroll through Promare Rule 34 while watching. It fixes every problem I have with the
fixes it.
movie.
You know, if you just watch gay porn during it, any movie can be gay.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
mean-
That's what they used to say.
Well, yeah, but Luke, my argument
In theory.
is that not every movie is made better by the addition of gay porn. Promare specifically is.
Yeah, okay, I do agree with that argument.
Yeah, Promare and Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes.
Those
yes,
are the
absolutely.
two movies. Yeah. Hello, penis. Meet asshole.
So I actually just 2 nights ago, for the first time, beat the original Alone in the Dark, which is the progenitor to Resident Evil and all
yeah.
survival horror. As someone who's been a lifelong Resident Evil survival horror fan, it was a game that just completely eluded me. Played it, beat it, and you know what? Like, as someone who is very forgiving of the terrible tank controls, the sound design, the feel, you know what? I still enjoyed the shit out of it. So if you want some true nostalgia and can deal with tank controls, that is a must try.
Yeah, did they utilize all 10 of those polygons they had at their disposal?
They sure. You know what? Hey, I was actually more impressed because as you go through this haunted house, the doors you open stay opened. Like, there's little touches where you're like, there's actual, like, okay, they did some fancy shit there.
That's what I wanted to say before I was like almost interrupted you again, was like I feel like when they were more limited, they did so good with atmosphere, because like that game itself was pretty scary back in the day. But I think of like the Clock Tower series a lot, which is once again,
Oh, love that.
graphics are very limited, but they did such a good job of atmosphere.
That's the one with the dude with the giant...
With the
Yeah,
giant
scissors.
scissors.
Yeah.
And that's like the first game I remember feeling like true anxiety and panic with playing as a kid, because it was so unforgiving of like...
The
okay,
PlayStation one?
yeah, because
Yeah,
like,
there was
it's
a
like...
Super Nintendo one that never came out in America.
Yeah, I played the PlayStation one as a kid. I remember that's the first time I felt just like sheer terror of like, oh, usually in a video game it's more forgiving. It's like, oh, you went in the wrong room. You get murdered now because you went in the wrong room.
That
You're
game.
dead, and your friends are dead, and the hospital who owns the estate is dead. Everyone's
Yep.
dead.
Man, what a good game. Yeah, I gotta... It would be fun to go back and check out the Alone in the Dark because I have not played that in many, many, many years. But I remember, yeah, it's decent still. I feel like so.
It is. It held up.
Yeah, that 360 remake is so fucking funny.
Oh,
I haven't played that one yet, but yeah, that's that'll be eventually a to do.
It's peak 2010s like edginess.
Love it.
Another good old like first generation console or second generation console horror game Splatterhouse series.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those are really
Oh
good.
yeah. We love that series.
Fuck yeah.
What about you,
You know what?
Chambers?
I'll get the train running with old PS1 horror games. Everyone ever play Overblood or even hear of it from back in the day? So it was made by EA, and it's about as Resident Evil a clone as you can possibly get. Like, you kind of just wake up as a guy with amnesia in a laboratory, and like the first like third of the game, you don't even see a single enemy kind of deal like that. It's kind
Oh, I remember seeing this around. Look at the box art right now.
I definitely recognize that box art.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like in a lot of ways it's kind of a mess like of a game. Like it's clunky even by like tank control standards, but it has like a really cool atmosphere to it, and just like for what it does right, it does a really good job. But it like just don't go into it expecting something that's like a masterpiece because obviously no one talks about it anymore. But it's,
I bet that cover fought against it because that cover looks like Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell.
Oh yeah.
yeah, it really does too. But yeah, and you also you also have a little robot sidekick, so that's always fun.
Oh, that's pretty
fun.
cute. I like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of those games. I
Brian,
feel like
shut
it's
the
super-
fuck up. I see you shaking your head over there.
Jim, as someone who's always wrong, you can't beat me in these things, and you gave a 2.3. You know your shit's fucked up. So
I'm not saying
don't
it's a
play it,
masterpiece.
but-
I just said it's no masterpiece, but it's an interesting one to see. But it's still playable. It's not like one of those total messes from that era that you can't go back to.
Okay.
Yeah, I think about like that era specifically of like Deep Fear's another famous one that's kind of been forgotten. It's a Sega Saturn one too that has like a really great atmosphere. Yeah, I kind of miss that.
You had to have a Sega Saturn to play it though.
Yeah,
All three
that's
people
the-
with one.
Yeah.
And oh my god, I've complained about this on too many episodes and talking to friends. Like I started doing more emulation since I got a Steam Deck like about a year ago, and emulating Sega Saturn games is like a level of hell that I did not know exists that Satan made recently because it just famously does not work sometimes. And like even people online are looking up guides are like, yeah, I just can't explain it. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it will.
I mean, the architecture of that system is so fucking wild.
It is. I think that's the main reason it has the issues because
It's the same reason the Jaguar has problems doing emulation because it basically has like two processors that don't match up with each other perfectly.
Yeah, and they only ever really used one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why every third-party game on that thing's a fucking mess too. Well, most of them, I should say.
You guys sound like you know a lot about video games. You guys should do a show about it or something.
We dabble every once in a
We
while.
dabble.
Some bored
You
dads.
You definitely have the bookshelves of somebody who's like does this stuff on YouTube.
And yeah, actually, I just
Very good
realized
game
I
shelf.
skipped doing plugs, and I think we all did, but I forgot to mention Thirst for Adventure at the Lincoln Lodge if you're in Chicago, the third Tuesday of every month.
Great show.
Great show. I feel like we're this is going to come out after the November one, but the next one will be December. I should have fucking pulled it up. I hate myself
I'm just gonna
so
say
fucking
I'm
much.
just gonna say December 69th.
December 19th. But yeah, if you're in the area, I recommend it. It's a D&D live play show where we do one-offs. It's a very simple concept. We just have comedians play the roles of the characters, and then we have all of this the people that produce the show play like chance run characters. It's really fun.
I have I'll plug my friend's thing. I have a friend who's got a new podcast. They dropped their first episode last week. I think they're going to have episodes coming out every 2 weeks. Big Bitch Energy.
Great name.
And Sharon Palm, and I don't remember the name of the other person that's in it. So I
Suze
probably should have
Ball.
read it. Suze Ball, yeah.
Because I did the art for the podcast.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They told me that. Yeah.
I mean, they're both super funny people. so
Yeah,
I
I listened to the first episode. It's really funny. Like, it's about like body positivity and like the first episode like about being heavier and like growing up. But then they're gonna have guests on, and I'm looking forward to hearing more of it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, good SEO there. You don't hear that term a lot.
Yeah, exactly. But
All right, that we're ready to try.
is anybody
For
else?
our-
Do you guys any plugs outside of the usual or?
For our page or anyone else?
Yeah, just if
yeah,
there's
yeah.
anything else coming in mind, I should say before we head out.
Yeah, we're just doing paperwork now.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like
Just
a
wanna make
cash-
sure-
Yeah, do you have like a Cash App scam you want to advertise or something?
Yeah.
Money's at.
I'll go through the usual spiel. So you can find us on YouTube at Drink a Beer and Play a Game. So we mostly do Well, back in the day, we did video game reviews. Definitely shifted more towards the podcast side these days, which you can also find on iTunes and Spotify, Power Hour Podcast. Go to our socials to find it, because speaking of SEO, fucking calling anything the Power Hour is awful for that. So hit us up on Twitter at A Beer in a Game. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, Hive. We even have a Truth fucking Social. I was like, I'm putting us on everything, no matter where anyone is.
I hope we just like land on one eventually, but also maybe that was the issue to begin with.
Wherever fine and also not fine podcasts are found.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just like Podzooky itself.
Yeah, so I just hoard everywhere. So yeah, any social media of choice, you'll probably find us over there. So, and we also have a Discord. So if you're into that, links are going to be in any one of our videos to find all that kind of good stuff. And we have a Patreon, like almost everyone else, where you can get bonus episodes and bonus segments and movie review requests, game review requests, all that kind of good stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Toy.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's a really good one. I'm gonna aim to get this out right before Thanksgiving, so this is gonna be a Fredsgiving episode. I don't know why you waited till the end to announce this, but
Yeah, and also why you're announcing while we're still recording.
nah, I don't know, man. I really should just wrap it up. I'm so unprofessional. Okay.
Wrap that shit up.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna see if we can get it. 3, 2, 1.
You're gonna like the way I fuck. I guarantee it. Did that just happen?
I think
Yeah,
it
we
did.
did.
Yeah,
Thanks
I
for
think
being
we
on.
all- yeah.
Thank you so much, Jim and Brian, for being on.
The
here.
trick was I did the opposite of the thing I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys.
Thank
A
you
lot
so
of fun.
much. It's been great.
Hey, this was great. Thank you.
We'll
so
have you
much
back
doing
for
it.
Willie. Was it Willie?
Willie's Wonderworld.
Willie's Wonderworld.
Willie's
And then, for
Wonderworld.
the, and then for the Banana Splits movie.
And then Banana Splits.
And then by the time we do both of those, there will be others.
Yeah. I
And
can't
then,
wait.
then we'll do- then we'll
we'll
do Balin
request to
Wonderland.
just be on for Puppet Master when we
Yeah.
do the full moon.
Oh, yeah.
As they famously say in the video game Borderlands, welcome to hell.
Yeah. Thank
no
you
rest
guys.
for the wicked.
All right, bye.
See you
See you
later,
guys.
guys.
We regret that you have not yet complied with our order.
This show has been brought to you by Machine Culture.
The words get stuck in my throat.